Do you know that the facts on Snapple bottles are not always correct? Do you know that some can't even be verified at all? It's true. Even though Snapple says that every fact is vigorously researched, they're not shy about tweaking the truth in order to make a good cap. So today, we're going to play a little game. Today is Snapple Cap True or False. Play along, keep score, and let us know how you did in the comments below. And be truthful. I'm Mike with List 25, and this is the List 25 Snapple Facts True or False game. And I will open this one on the spot and see what we get. Real fact 112. At birth, a Dalmatian is always pure white. Stay tuned to see if that's one of the ones that makes it on our list. Cap fact 814. Tug of War was an Olympic sport in the early 1900s. This is actually true. From 1900 to 1920, Tug of War was recognized as an Olympic sport. For the competition, countries were allowed to enter more than one team. These teams were referred to as clubs, allowing the same country to medal multiple times.
24.
Cap fact 300. Pennsylvania is misspelled on the Liberty Bell. False. It is true that the word Pennsylvania is spelled with a single N in the pen portion. By today's standard, that would be incorrect. When the Liberty Bell was made, the single N spelling was perfectly acceptable. It is only in the years since that the two N spelling has been considered the proper spelling.
23.
Cap fact 936. A day on Venus lasts longer than a year on Venus. True. It takes Venus the equivalent of 244 Earth days to make one rotation on its axis to complete a single day. To make one revolution around the sun, it takes the equivalent of just under 225 days, making a day longer than a year.
22.
Cap fact 958. The state of Alabama once financed the construction of a bridge by holding a rooster auction. True. It was 1919, and the state of Alabama needed a bridge across the Tombigbee River. Problem was, they had no money to finance its construction. So, state officials decided to have a rooster auction. They auctioned off 5,000 roosters, and the event was a huge success. Construction began, and eventually, Rooster Bridge opened. It was a very appropriate name.
21.
Cap fact number 70. Caller ID is illegal in California. False. Our viewers in California are probably thinking, excuse me, what? This one is completely false. Whoever put it on the cat may have had it confused with other California caller ID laws. In 2019, California passed AB 1132, which makes it unlawful to use caller ID information to impersonate a state, federal, or local government agency. There's also a law dealing with spoofing, which is transmitting misleading or inaccurate caller ID information with the intent to defraud, cause harm, or wrongly obtain anything of value. But using regular caller ID, that is perfectly legal.
20.
Cap fact 1226. Elephants are afraid of bees. True. Yes, elephants are afraid of bees. The mighty elephant, the largest land animal on the planet, is afraid of a little insect, the bee. It kind of makes those of you who share this fear feel a little bit better, doesn't it? When a bee is near, an elephant will flap its ears wildly and kick up clouds of dust. Ian, throw some dust in here. And you could leave me saying that in, and possibly that. We're going too long. But the weird thing about that is that a bee's stinger is unable to penetrate an elephant's hide. So what exactly are they afraid of? Maybe it's the buzzing noise. I mean, they do have really big ears, so.
19.
Cap fact 990. Chicago is named after a smelly garlic that once grew in the area. True. The word Chicago was first referenced in a writing by the explorer Robert de La Salle. As he understood it, the name came from the Algonquin word Chicago, which translates to onion or striped skunk. Chicago earned that name because of all the odor from a vast amount of garlic and onion plants that grew wild in the area.
18.
Cap Fact 1367. From 2010 to 2017, every tweet was archived by the Library of Congress. Mostly true. Oh, crap. Not kidding. In 2010, the Library of Congress was gifted every tweet that had been tweeted on Twitter. Ugh, say that sentence 3 times fast. From the very first tweet ever sent, all of them are housed in the Library of Congress. All of them. Just let that sink in. Everything everyone has ever posted on Twitter through midnight of December 31st, 2017 is stored in servers by the government. A press release from the library announced that starting at 12:01 a.m. on January 1st, 2018, they would collect selected tweets instead of all. Which means now, with the help of Twitter, they are targeting which people or groups' tweets should be collected.
17.
Cap Fact 1282. In the US, there is an official Rock, Paper, Scissors League. True. The United States does indeed have a Rock, Paper, Scissors League. Run by the Rock, Paper, Scissors Association, because of course it is, there are professional tournaments across the country. There is even a World Championship. And this is not an exclusively American phenomenon either. Professional RPS leagues and tournaments can be found in Canada and the UK as well. I'll tell you what, let's see if you guys qualify. Yeah, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, go. Let me know if you beat me. No cheating. No cheating. If you lost, just be honest.
16.
Cap fact number 50. A mosquito has 47 teeth. False. A mosquito does not have 47 teeth. The actual number is 0. What they do have is a proboscis, which is a long hollow tube that's quite sharp at the end. This is what they use to draw blood from their victims. And they have 47 of these. Proboscis cannot be called teeth because at no point are they used to chew food. I'm glad I have teeth and not a proboscis.
15.
Cap fact 840. The only food that doesn't spoil is honey. False. Although it is true that honey will never spoil, it isn't the only food that has a shelf life of, forever. Other foods that don't spoil include cornstarch, salt, and salt. This will probably spoil though. When does it go bad? I don't know. Wait. September 3rd, 2022. That was 20 days ago. Uh-oh.
14.
Cap fact 1560. You can start a fire with ice. True. Technically, this one is true. You can make fire from ice. But the method used is to make a lens out of an extremely clear chunk of ice. If you can get a big enough piece and get it melted perfectly into the shape of a lens, you might be able to concentrate the light through it enough to get a small fire started. The same thing can be done with eyeglasses or a magnifying glass and would actually be way easier. So, technically, thanks, Snapple.
13.
Cap fact 31. The average human eats 8 spiders in their lifetime while sleeping. False. This is a fact that's not only been on a Snapple cap, but it's also been spread as an urban legend for years. The myth is that while you sleep, a spider will crawl inside your mouth, and then, because you don't know it's there, you'll swallow it as a reflex. The truth is, spiders are afraid of movements made by humans. This is especially true when it comes to our breathing. A spider would stay as far away from a human's mouth as it could. I do enjoy how Snapple factor number 13 was 31. That's a palindrome.
12.
Cap fact 830. The average human dream lasts only 2 or 3 seconds. False. Sleep experts have spent decades trying to learn more about dreams. They found that while some dreams do actually last only 2 or 3 seconds, other dreams can last 5 to 10, or for as much as 4 hours. By putting the word average in your factoid, it makes the statement vague and unverifiable. Exactly what do they consider an average human to be exactly?
11,
Cap Fact 1274. Kickball is referred to as soccer baseball in some parts of Canada. True. You remember playing kickball in school, right? Everyone seemed to not want to play, but then have a blast actually playing. In much of Canada, kickball is known as soccer baseball. And to be honest, it really does describe the actual game perfectly. As a side note, in the UK, kickball is called football rounders. That one's a little less perfect. Sorry, UK.
10,
Cap Fact 345. The popsicle was invented in 1905 by an 11-year-old boy. Maybe true? The legend goes that on a cold night in San Francisco, 11-year-old Frank Epperson was mixing up some water and soda powder, think Kool-Aid, when he became distracted and left the cup sitting on his porch. During the cold night, the mixture froze, and when Epperson found it, he took a bite, or a lick, I guess, and loved it. Flash ahead to 1922, and Epperson decides to patent his childhood idea. He calls the sweet frozen treat popsicles, and the rest is history. But SF Gate, a news site in San Francisco, did a little digging, and here's what they found. First, looking back at the weather history of San Francisco, the lowest recorded temperature in 1911 was 39 degrees Fahrenheit. So no, it didn't freeze. Second, although it didn't freeze in 1911, it did freeze a few times between 1908 and 1924 in Oakland, which is where the Eppersons relocated during those years. There was also various frozen treat-on-a-stick products that predate popsicles by quite a bit. So, is the story true? Maybe. But the details of the story are not. We know that. The thing is, we have popsicles, so who really cares?
9,
A duck's quack doesn't echo. False. On an episode of Mythbusters, they put this to the test. The result? There was an echo. There have even been videos posted all over the internet showing that a duck's quack does echo, but people still insist that the myth is a reality. Ian, throw some duck quacks. And add an echo.
8,
Humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas. True. Ish. When it comes to humans, it would be crazy to think that they share 50% of their DNA with bananas. The truth is, we share approximately 60%. All living things on Earth share some DNA. These similarities help with things like taking in oxygen and cellular division, essentially the basic functions of life. And that's not just bananas. We share 60% with fruit flies and chickens, and 99.8% with chimpanzees.
7,
Cap Fact 1013. It is illegal to sing off-key in North Carolina. True. There is actually a law on the books in North Carolina that dates back to 1877. A man in the town of Lumberton was fined for singing loudly and poorly. Some of the stories say he was in church, and some don't mention exactly where he was. But the basic elements of the story stay the same. The law is actually more about disturbing the peace than singing, but it's still pretty weird.
Ha! No one sings like Gaston, does his things like Gaston. Who does she think she is? That girl has tangled with the wrong man. No one says no to Gaston.
Sorry. Wait, oh, I'm on the spot, but not really, because this is recorded. I just want to throw this out there.
When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge.
6,
Miami installed the first ATM in 1996 for inline skaters. False. First, ATMs have been around since much earlier than 1996. Second, how many inline skaters can there be in Miami that bank at the same place? And they would all need to do banking while on skates? The first ATM was actually installed in 1967. Many different people and companies have tried to take credit for inventing it, as there have been many versions throughout the years. No matter how you look at it, Snapple is wrong.
5,
The Cookie Monster's real first name is Sid. True! That big blue junk baked goods addict, we all loved him growing up. It was revealed in an interview with the monster himself that his real first name is Sid. So, how did that name come about? Obviously, his mother gave it to him. Haha.
4,
Cap fact 27. A ball of glass will bounce higher than a ball of rubber of the same size. True. Okay, don't think of a basketball-sized glass ball which would likely shatter upon impact. Think about a marble. If you dropped a marble and a rubber ball of the same size from the same height, the marble would bounce higher. But why? The rubber ball is more pliable and will lose some of its shape upon impact and then retake its shape as it bounces. This uses quite a bit of energy. A marble is not pliable and will retain its shape when it hits a hard surface. This allows more energy to be distributed to the bounce.
3,
Cat fact 471. The most common name for a goldfish is Jaws. Unverifiable. I mean, it could be true, I guess, but how would anyone know that? You'd have to visit every household in America and ask. And I'm pretty sure no one working at Snapple did that. I didn't check my house. There's simply no possible way Snapple could say that as a fact.
2,
Cap fact 1584. Sound travels 4 times faster in water than in air. True. Water molecules are more densely packed than those in the air. Because of this, the energy created by a sound wave can move faster through those molecules.
1,
Cap fact 1425. A flipped coin is more likely to land on the side it started on. True. A group of researchers from Stanford and UC Santa Cruz studying probability and statistics took high-speed video of people flipping coins. In every case, the flipped coin landed on the side it started on more often. Of course, the percentage of times this happened was 51 to 55%, so it's far from a sure thing, but that's still technically higher than 50%. So, have you seen any, Snapple caps that seem too crazy to be true? Tell us about it in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Also, I'm actually still noticing that a lot of people haven't realized that we're back yet, so if you wouldn't mind, please tell all your friends and family, especially if they used to watch, because I'm sure they've missed us just as much as we've missed you, and they'll be happy to know we've returned. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I do like how the number 1 fact ended with, 1425? Haha. Our lucky number. Now I'm gonna go finish this expired Snapple. Doesn't taste expired, so that's good.
Be sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.